Hello, welcome to the Magic with Mary podcast. I'm your host, Mary. Here we teach you how to gain confidence, be your most authentic self, and step into your power. If you feel stuck, you're in the right place because I'm going to help you release what's holding you back. You're so freaking powerful, and all you have to do is unpeel the layers that are keeping you trapped from being who you truly were meant to be. So if you're ready for the magic to begin, let's dig in. Hello, my beautiful friends. Welcome to today's podcast. We are going to be talking about manifesting rituals, which I think is an extremely fun topic, not only because it's going to help us attract our desires, but it's also going to help us feel more relaxed, feel more calm and peaceful. And we're going to reduce anxiety, depression, and all of those things by doing some of these manifestation rituals. And you'll hear me say this over and over again. Manifestation is just kind of like this external thing that seems so fun and exciting that the universe uses to attract us back to home ground. And when I say home ground, what I mean is this peaceful, happy state of mind where we're just being and flowing and enjoying life, which is the purpose of our life. We are meant to have fun and really just experience life, and the universe is always going to bring us back to that. So while we're working on these big fun goals that the universe has brought to us, what we're really doing on an underlying basis is coming back to that home ground. Okay. This is so fun to talk about for me because a lot of these rituals have really helped me feel better, not only physically, mentally. And they really are something that I honor and appreciate and celebrate every day, because without them, I would be back in that state of mind where life is just hard and there's just so much scarcity and I'm never enough, and I don't ever want to feel that way ever again. And to be able to share this with so many people and hopefully help, if you've ever felt that way, hopefully help you come back to home ground, come back to that peaceful, happy state of being. Okay. All right, let's start with the first thing before we get into these rituals. The first thing that is key when it comes to manifestation or any goal setting type of thing, we have to be consistent. And I know that you hear this all the time, and it's redundant and it might seem a little frustrating, but we have to be consistent. If we are working towards better health and we only show up for ourselves a few times here and there, and then the rest of the time we're just like letting loose and eating whatever we want and not exercising on a regular basis, and our sleeping patterns are just all over the place, we're not taking care of ourselves consistently, our health is going to struggle because of it. And so the same is true with these rituals. If you really want to know whether or not they work for you, you are going to have to show up daily, or at least, 5 out of 7 times a week, whatever consistent feels for you. You're going to have to show up for yourself. And this is where manifestation really takes place. The universe likes momentum. It likes the buildup of things. And when we take tiny habits and we start to habit stack them, where for 21 days, we start out with, for example, meditation. And we're meditating for 10 minutes every day for 21 days. And that becomes a habit. And it doesn't seem so much like a chore after the 21st day. And so it just becomes ingrained and part of our daily routine. Then it's easier for us now, after we've been doing that, to stack journaling on top of that and do journaling. And then that becomes, after 21 days or however long it takes for you to build that habit up, it becomes ingrained and it just becomes effortless, because it's no longer just this uncomfortable thing, right? We work towards that comfort, right? We go out of the comfort zone for a little bit, then we work towards comfort. That's how that works. And to make that happen, we have to be consistent, okay? And if you're wondering, like, well, I'm not good at being consistent, I don't know how to be consistent. The key behind showing up for yourself every day is having a reason to show up. And it has to be very, very powerful and impactful. It has to be more than just a simple, I want to feel good. It has to be backed by vision of what you want. Okay. So there's not only this reason why, but there's this vision and you can feel it, right? I want you to think of something where you do show up every day for yourself. And I want you to ask yourself, like, why do I show up daily for that? An example of this would be, every day I'm reading with my 5-year-old, because, and the reason why is, I want to see him progress. I care about him, and it's quality time with him. And it just, like, me in the mornings, like, seeing myself getting that quality time with him feels so good, and it feels so impactful. And as I watch him progress, like, it just, those feelings of happiness, they grow and grow and grow and grow. And that's where the momentum starts to build up, and you're no longer needing to seek the motivation, because the motivation is coming from you, because you can feel it. And that's where commitment comes in, is when we are feeling this strong, powerful sense of, this is really what I want. So there has to be a reason. You have to be able to envision it and see it, and you have to commit to it. And that's where the consistency comes in. When you can commit, when you have a big picture vision that just generates so much feeling and power for you, that's when consistency will happen for you. Okay? All right, let's dig into these rituals. I'm so excited. These are my rituals, things that I do daily. If this doesn't work for you, if this doesn't resonate with you, you don't have to do all of them. All right. These are things that I've learned from other people, and I've made my own morning routine, nightly routine from these things. So what I'm asking you to do, give it 21 days on each of these things, practicing them consistently. See how you feel after those 21 days are over, and then decide, okay, you know what, this really worked for me, I'm going to keep going. And then making your own ritual, making something that feels good for you. Okay. All right. Let's start with my very favorite ritual. And this happens for me twice a day. You don't have to start out with twice a day, but I highly recommend it. I love to meditate. I haven't always loved to meditate, but I love it now. Meditation has been a huge impact on my mental and physical well-being. Meditation is something that so many people get frustrated with, because when we start doing it, we have this monkey mind that just chatters and goes on and on and on. And we're like, we think that we need to have this clear, calm mind, but that is not the point of meditation. Meditation is not to clear the mind, but instead to help us get better at life. A really good book to read is Stress Less, Accomplish More by Emily Fletcher. This book is freaking amazing. It changed my life when it came to being able to focus and being able to be more productive in my day-to-day life. When we meditate, all of those thoughts that we keep pushed under the rug come up. All of those fears, traumas, stresses, they come to surface so that we can fully feel them and release them. And once they're released, we're able to focus more on the things that are important, okay? One thing that I am going to suggest for you here, try meditation for at least 3 months. I know I said 21 days. When it comes to meditating, the first 21 days are really just going to be bringing to surface everything that has been pushed under the rug for you. And it took me a good 3 months before I finally started to recognize how powerful meditation was and how much more productive I was because of it. And I started sleeping better, because when I don't meditate, I lay in bed and that mind chatter starts to go, right? When I meditate during the day, I allow that mind chatter to take place, to release, to let go. And then at night, my brain is, I wouldn't say empty, but it's just like not full of all of these things going on, right? And so I'm able to get better sleep. I'm able to function more throughout the day. The way we make this magical is we set an intention before each meditation session. And this can simply be something like, I want to create more energy from this meditation. Or you can pray before you meditate. I pray almost every single time before I meditate. Universe, if there's something that I need to know, if there's any way that I can benefit my community, if there's something I can do to help my family today, please share that with me. Or maybe I'm just feeling stuck. Universe, I feel really stuck right now. I'm not sure how to get unstuck. Send me a message. Send me something that will help me. And usually within the 15 minutes of meditating, I will get my answer. And if not, it comes later throughout the day in an intuitive little nudge. Meditating is very, very magical. We just have to trust and believe in it and allow it to happen. And I'll do a whole nother podcast on meditation because I have a lot of people asking about it. And one of the things that I will suggest for the majority of my clients and for anyone, if you're looking to be more productive, if you're looking to manifest big things, start with meditation. It's going to help you in so many ways. All right, the next ritual that I do daily is journaling. This is a way that we can organize our thoughts. So I typically journal after I meditate. After I meditate, I have all these things that popped into my mind. I can get them out on paper right after and organize all of it into something that makes sense for me, okay? Journaling is a wonderful way to take all of these ideas and things that are just sitting in our brain and construct them into a strategy, a plan, and actually be able to execute from that. My particular way of journaling is a little bit different. It's not just like blank page. I have a very set way of journaling that pulls from my subconscious mind and helps me take action on an intuitive level. I teach this with my manifesting journal. If you have not grabbed that yet, it's on sale right now. Go to magicwithmary.com and you can find that in the shop. Grab that journal. It's going to help prompt you on an intuitive level, on a subconscious level, to start taking action. And it's going to feel effortless almost. And you're going to question yourself, why, I'm taking all this action and I don't feel like I'm working. That's the point of manifestation. You want to get to this point where you're doing the work, but you don't even know it because you're enjoying it. You're having fun. And that's what this journal is going to help you do. So go grab that. I will link it in the show notes too. So go grab that. It's going to help you. All right. That is a huge ritual for me on a daily basis. The next one I typically do is visualization. This happens sometimes when I'm journaling. I will like be writing down my desires or whatever it is, and I will visualize myself. Or I take like a Pinterest board and I'll create my vision. I'll take some pictures, maybe like a place I want to hike or some different things, a mountain home that I'm working to manifest. And I go through this vision board and I'm like, oh my gosh, that hike was so fun. Me and Lawrence and the kids, we just had so much fun. And that was such a wonderful place to go and take the family. And oh my gosh, my mountain home, it's finally done. And we're able to hang out and enjoy coffee and watch the sunrise. And this is just, and oh my gosh, look, there's a deer just right outside the window. And I really get into this vision of it already being alive in my life. And it feels funny at first. Like you'll be like, oh my gosh, this is so cheesy. But you'll immediately feel those feelings like as if it's already happening. And you'll realize that like you don't actually need the thing to feel that way because you're feeling it right then, right now. And when you feel that way, your subconscious mind will take action on it. And the reason why is that we think in pictures and our subconscious mind legitimately has no idea the difference between what is real and what is not real. And so when we visualize a picture in our mind, our subconscious mind thinks that it's true. And so, and if you listen to the last few podcasts, you know that we take action on our beliefs and that our mind is always working to prove our beliefs right. And so with this visualization, when we see those things, our mind's like, oh my gosh, this is true for us. We have a mountain cabin. And if we had a mountain cabin, these are the things that we would be doing. And then you start doing them. And again, it's going to feel effortless because you're taking action that's intuitive and in alignment with your soul. And that's where we want to be. All right. The next ritual is exercising. This is my absolute favorite way to release any like quick tension, like anything that's just like maybe throughout the day I've had like a stressful day at work or whatever. Exercise is a great way just to like quickly release that. So it's not only a way to release, but it's also a way to honor our bodies. And this is so beautiful. We were given just a body that can take care of us, that can move, that can heal, that can do so many things. And to honor that body, to move that body, to generate energy with our body. How beautiful is that? We evolved as humans throughout the last 2 million years, and we were moving, we were gatherers, we were hunters, and we were moving throughout the day. And so our bodies are used to moving, and we have to honor that, and we have to make a ritual of it. And you can do this in the morning or night. Preferably, I like to do it in the morning and maybe a little bit at night, depending on the day. But usually I get up and find some type of way, whether it's like 5 minutes or 10 minutes, to move my body. And when I'm doing that, like there's this intention of like, oh my gosh, thank you so much for being alive. Thank you for being able to move. And I'm not focusing on the things that, sometimes my knee goes crazy and it doesn't feel very good, but I'm not focused on that in that moment because I'm still able to walk. I'm still able to breathe, and thank you so much, body. Okay. We're celebrating, we're honoring. We make this a ritual. It's not just a routine, it's a ritual. All right. The next thing I want to talk about is expanding and learning. This is a very important ritual for me in my life, because if we are not learning and growing, we're just staying stuck. And if we're just going to stay stuck, like, what is the point? The universe did not put us here to stay stuck. It did not put us here to do the same thing for the rest of our lives. It did not. And I want you to open your mind up to the idea that we are meant to continuously learn until the day we die. Reading, taking courses, coaching with somebody, we are meant to grow. And we are meant to do that so that we can not only like rise up as humanity and just find that peaceful, happy state of where we're meant to be, but also like we're helping generations after us. When our kids, when our family, when people who are younger than us see the happiness that we're creating when we learn and grow and continue to expand, we set the bar for them. We set that example. We teach them that we are meant to expand and grow. And that's how the universe works. All right? So let's make a ritual out of this. Whether it's 5 pages of reading a day, whether it's taking a course and spending, an hour a day. Currently, I'm working on my yoga certification, and I have a couple courses that I'm taking. One in particular is marketing from Enoughness. It's a course that I'm taking from, her name is Caroline Addington. If you have a business and you're wanting to take out the hustle and the stress of marketing, it's such a beautiful course. It's really about learning how to impact from a place of enoughness and abundance and happiness, and rather than making people feel like they're not enough and that they need your product, it's helping them understand that your product or your service or whatever it is just there as a tool, and they don't need it, but if they choose to purchase it or whatever, that it will help them expand and grow much quicker. It really is a beautiful course. So find something that you want to learn, and maybe it's just like learning how to crochet. Do that. Take a course on it. It's going to help you feel better when you are continually learning. All right? We're not meant to stay stuck. We are not meant to stay stuck. And I know that because the universe wants us to feel better. And everyone I know who is continually like improving their education or whatever they're doing to increase their knowledge, they feel good. They like it. They love it. And it's proof that staying still is not what humans are meant to do. Like, yeah, okay, we need our rest and we need our recovery, but we're not meant to stay stuck forever. All right? Our 9-to-5 jobs are so wonderful. They are so wonderful. But we're not meant to stay in one cubicle for the rest of our lives. We're meant to expand, okay? Whether that's increasing your knowledge and moving up the ladder, or whether it's, starting your own business, or, using your particular 9-to-5 job as a vehicle for money provided until, that business takes off, or whatever it is. But we're not meant to sit forever. And so I'm encouraging you here to open your mind up to the idea that you get to grow and you don't have to stay stuck. Or wherever you're at, if you feel that way, if you feel like you're stuck in a cubicle, or you feel like you're stuck maybe just doing, whatever it is that you do every day, day in, day out, I'm opening your mind up to the idea that this learning and growing is going to create happiness for you. And it doesn't have to be massive. It doesn't have to be going and getting your MBA. It can be just reading and learning, learning something new, okay? Whatever your soul is craving, open your mind up to it, go for it. And take baby steps if you need to. It doesn't have to be all or nothing, okay? All right, the last ritual that I'm going to be talking about today, because there's so many things. And we can take like eating healthy as a ritual, okay? That's one of my things daily is we can make that a ritual by sitting down and praying before we eat and thanking the universe for such a beautiful meal. We can create a ritual literally out of anything. And I invite you to do that in so many areas in your life. It could even be before you drink water. You just thank the universe. Thank you so much for this beautiful water. We can create that, right? But I'm going to give you one last one that is super important for me, and that is reprogramming. Every day I am working towards rewiring and opening my mind up to new possibilities. Every single freaking day. And this comes to, like, it comes into play with, like, the learning and growing, but also, like, there's so much healing that all of us need, and we might not be even like really be aware of it, but like maybe you grew up in a family where it's like, oh my gosh, this is so expensive. Oh my gosh, like I don't have enough money for this. And oh my gosh. And if we don't take responsibility for the things like that we're saying, that's going to impact our children. That's going to impact generations below us. And then our kids are always going to feel stuck, like everything's so expensive and that we don't have enough money. We have to rewire our thoughts about that. We have to work on reprogramming that and telling ourselves that no, like I grow with the economy. I expand with the economy. Things might seem expensive, but more and more I'm starting to feel like I'm capable of providing more for my family and for myself. And I'm doing that by increasing my wealth, by being able to save more money and being able to put my money towards things that I truly value and desire. That is important, that we rewire our money beliefs, our time beliefs. So many times I hear my clients say, I don't have enough time. I don't have enough time. And I'm like, oh, I used to be there and I feel you, but we do have time. And the more and more we tell ourselves that we don't have time, the more and more we're going to manifest situations in which we don't have time. And so we have to rewire our beliefs continuously and work on healing. And that reflects back into generations beneath us and showing them that healing is important. Okay. We were watching Scrubs the other day and they were teasing I can't remember. I don't even remember. They were teasing one of them for going to therapy. Okay. Remember back in like the 90s and 2000s when if you went to a therapist, you were a crazy person. And nowadays going to therapy is totally normal. And the reason why is because that generation who believed that it was important to go to therapy and work on healing, they showed up and they went and they owned it. And now all of the generations below that, it's just a normal part of daily life now. Like we all do therapy and it's totally normal. Now the belief I want to shift is that it's normal for men to go to therapy. That's something I see often, is that men are afraid, and it's not a bad thing. We all deserve to go to therapy. Like everyone could benefit from it, and it doesn't make us any less of who we are because of therapy. Okay. So do the rewiring, do the reprogramming, and remember that while you're doing it, you are changing our world. You are making it okay to be seen, to be loved, to work on ourselves. All right, those are my daily rituals. And yes, you do manifest from these. The majority of them are going to work on a subconscious level. Reprogramming is like using affirmations, visualization. You can use EFT tapping, which I'll talk about in a whole nother episode. There's so many things we can use to reprogram. There's so many things that we can create a ritual from, and just pick a few of them out. You don't have to do all of them. Give it a try for 21 days. In fact, you can start with just one. 21 days, unless it's meditation, do that for 3 months before you decide whether or not you're going to do it. 21 days, build it up, habit stack, add more. And I promise you, by the time you get to the end of it, where all of it's becoming part of your daily rituals, it's going to feel effortless. The more and more you do it, the more ingrained it's going to be, the more of a habit that it becomes. Rituals are habits, is really what they are. We want to turn them into habits. And with that, we want intention behind all of it. What is our intention behind meditation? What is our intention behind, visualizing? What is our intention behind journaling? What is our intention? Okay. So give it a try, make your own routine after you're done. And yeah, that's it for today. I'm so excited. We can dig more into rituals in a whole nother podcast, but we're already past the 30-minute mark. So I don't want to keep you guys here forever. If you found this podcast helpful in any way, if you feel like your life has been benefited from this podcast, please share it with somebody. The best way for me to expand and help more people live happier, more fulfilled lives is honestly just this message being shared. And so if you did find this helpful, please share it with somebody. Print screen it. Tag me on Instagram. I will do it, reposts just for fun, because hello, I love you guys so much. And if you guys are wanting to dig a little bit deeper in the manifestation world, reach out. The Magnetic Manifesting Program is officially open for enrollment, and this program is going to be a customized approach to manifestation. It's not a one-size-fits-all. It's you creating your own strategy and doing what feels right on a soul basis level. Okay. If that interests you, reach out. I will put it in the show notes. And thank you so much for showing up today. I love you all so much. Mwah. Have a great day.